Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, Old National Bancorp ONBPP just filed an 8K announcing dividend declarations, and I am spotting a mix of steady income and preference for preferred shareholders. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company is paying out dividends to its common and preferred stockholders, but the amounts and timing tell a subtle story. On May 13, 2026, Old National Bancorp announced its board of directors had decided to pay out a quarterly cash dividend. This is pretty standard for a company like Old National Bancorp, which is in the financial services sector. For its common stockholders, they declared a dividend of 14.5 cents per S-share. This dividend is scheduled to be paid on the 15th of June 2026 to shareholders who own the stock by the close of business on the 5th of June 2026. It is a fairly small amount per S-share, which is typical for many bank stocks that aim to distribute profits conservatively. Now, for the preferred stockholders, things get a little more interesting. The board also declared a quarterly cash dividend on the company's 7.0% fixed rate, non-cumulative perpetual preferred stock. This applies to both Series A and Series C preferred stock. The dividend is $17.50 per S-share for the preferred stock. Since these preferred stocks are often held in depositary shares, each representing a small fraction of a share. In this case, each depositary share, which is a 1/40th interest in a share of preferred stock, will receive 43.75 cents. This is a more substantial payout compared to the common stock dividend on a per S-share basis. These preferred dividends will be paid on the 20th of August 2026 to shareholders of record as of the 5th of August 2026. The slightly later payment date for preferred versus common dividends might suggest a difference in priority or administrative scheduling, but it is not uncommon. Looking at the external context, Old National Bancorp has had recent news about setting its dividend dates for 2026. This filing essentially confirms those announcements. The company is generally seen as efficient, but some analysts have noted it can be expensive from a valuation perspective, which is something to keep in mind as an investor. Old National Bancorp is a regional bank with a significant presence. They employ almost 5,000 people, and their PE ratio is around 27.8, which is not particularly cheap for a bank. This dividend declaration shows they are consistently returning value to shareholders, which is a positive sign of financial health and confidence in future earnings. The preference for a higher dollar amount on preferred stock compared to common stock is also typical, as preferred stock generally offers a fixed dividend rate and priority over common stock in dividend payments. What stands out here is the clear distinction in dividend amounts between common and preferred shares. While the common dividend is a modest 14.5 cents per S-share, the preferred dividend is a much more significant 17.5 dollars per S-share for the preferred stock itself, translating to 43.75 cents per depositary share. This structure is common for banks and provides a stable income stream for preferred investors, while also rewarding common shareholders who participate in the company's growth and residual profits. The filing itself as an 8K is a current report that companies use to announce major events that shareholders should know about. In this case, the board's decision on dividends is a material event that affects the company's financial distributions. The press release attached as an exhibit provides further detail, but the core information is the declaration of these quarterly payments. What I am actually looking for is how these dividends compare to the company's earnings and cash flow. While this filing only announces the dividends, it is the underlying financial strength that supports them. Banks with strong earnings can consistently pay and even grow their dividends. We see that Old National Bancorp is committed to returning capital to shareholders through these regular payments. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe and join our Discord.